Morning, girls. How are we doing? We're back here again with Chantal Marie, Foodie the Beauty, Beauty of the Merriams, of the pretending to be DV'd, I guess. Fuck cringe. Just, that's all I really have to say. I saw this pop up and I was like, God, I kind of have to react to this like straight away because it's kind of embarrassing. And I think cringe is kind of like the proper word for it because it's like, I let my husband control me, full stop, not even a question mark, it's full stop right there. And the picture she has her looking like mournfully off to the side, and the picture, which is hilarious because it's like the worst picture ever taken. I think it was their anniversary last year when they're trying to show how deeply in love we were, and everyone always joked that it made him look like he was choking her out, which, you know, when everything came out about him afterwards, kind of just seemed to fit. And she uses that one, of course, and you're just sitting like, cringe. Like, I know the view counts are like really bad recently. I haven't even checked on Viewboard, on Playboard, how her recent live streams have been doing with donations and all. But yeah, just kind of cringe, embarrassing. I guess we're just going to get straight into this and see what she tries to go with this, because we all know it's not going to be this. It's 100% going to be her, like, whining that people say this about her, even though she's meant to be, like, totally new that she's back in Kuwait. She's not going to address the haters anymore, everything, all that kind of stuff. So let's go.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to another video.
Also, yeah, I skipped through the cameo plug, because, like, I kind of knew it was going to start with, like, a cheerful, upbeat, hello, everyone, you know, because, like, that's just her, even though she's trying to, like, do this weird clickbait thing. And, of course, a cameo plug, because when you're talking about your husband potentially abusing you, I guess, why wouldn't you put a cameo plug in? But, like I said, obvious clickbait.
So, I hope you're all doing well. Now, the title of my video was probably a bit shocking for you guys. I do plan on explaining what I mean by that.
About 18 minutes and 34 seconds into this, or as I like to call it, the 12 mid-roll ads in.
How I let my husband control me. First, I just want to say that
he doesn't actually control me. The end. The end.
Just a little bit of an update with how I'm.
Try to remember this is 1.25 speed as well. Just try always to remember that you know, because I know I talk fast. It's an Irish thing. I'm sorry, we do just talking it fast naturally. But for her, she is very deliberately just talking as, you know, slowly and demurely as possible, because she just wants to drag out every video as possible because she's getting 8K views per video.
Doing for those of you who don't know, I suffer from binge eating disorder.
No, you? Why would you start this off with a lie? Like, I realize the title is that, but, like, you know, why would you start this with a lie? You look like a skinny wee thing.
And food addiction. And
no.
I have been.
Imagine, she hasn't had a new viewer in about, I don't know, 10 years. And I'm probably that new viewer because I'm probably the newest person into Gorlworld, I think. But, like, come on. Do you really need to start with that?
This way for as long as I can remember in my life. You know, even as a kid, I was always obsessed with food in a very unhealthy way.
No.
I would, you know.
Oh my God, we've even heard this before. She's gonna tell that story. It was you know what I was about to say? Tell that story of her, like, getting crisps and hiding in the cupboard to eat them, but I'm not sure if that's her or Amber Lynn's story because they're both so similar and both so boring.
Use food for comfort. That developed into using food for comfort, and food has just always been the main focus.
Doing like the fucking Italiano hands as well. I was like, hey, I like it, the food.
Is
sorry to all Italians.
Of my life, and I have a lot of food noise in my head. It's just always food. You know, what am I going to eat next? Just always thinking about food, obsessing about food.
Yep.
So I have talked about this. You know,
but, you know, not to a therapist. You know, why would I do that? I talk to random people online and pretend they're my friends.
Nauseam on my channel, and I probably will continue to talk about, you know, some of my struggles and stuff like that. So, but so far I'm on a winning streak. Just doing.
Are we meant to ignore Thailand happened? That was like 4 days ago. Wasn't that 5 days ago? When did she get back from Thailand? I'm on a winning streak, guy. It must be 4 days.
Doing well, you know. I'm actually really happy with the little accomplishments I've been making. So, some of those accomplishments are
getting really angry at stew, which is a sentence that I think normal people would just accept. You know, being angry about stew not being made fast enough, so you have to snack whilst you're waiting for your meal. Real big accomplishment.
Just, I haven't binged in a while now, and well, a while for me is like probably a few days, like since Thailand anyways.
Every hour binge free is so hard, so I consider a few days a long time. Do you want a cookie? Well, you shouldn't have a cookie because Jesus Christ, that would break your winning streak here. Yeah, okay, fantastic. You apparently haven't eaten a lot of food since you got back to Q8, despite the, what count did I get up to? 12 or 13 different things of cheese you bought in your first get home haul.
Since being back home. In Thailand, I ordered a lot, and I did have some, yes. There were some times where, you know, I would be alone and just watching a movie or whatever in the hotel, and I would order out again on top of having had supper and stuff like that. No. And then I would order snacks or go to the 7-Eleven and have snacks. And I
don't think you actually really went to the 7-Eleven. You ordered from the 7-Eleven. I don't think you used the calories to go to the 7-Eleven. Can we please not try and rewrite Thailand that it wasn't like every single day was that?
I realize, you know, left to my own devices, being in private, I was able to just do whatever I wanted to, and was also able to hide things.
Successfully. I didn't notice an ounce of weight gain whatsoever, or those stories about you shitting yourself because you're eating so unhealthily. Like, I didn't notice whatsoever. She's 40. I feel like I just need to say that. Like, she's 40. I think she's nearly 41. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember when her date of birth is because, I don't know, I just don't particularly care about that. But she's like 40. She's like 40, and she's trying to act like Thailand was like a revelation for her that she's bad with food. And it's like, you went to Thailand at like 450 pounds. Wouldn't the 4 instead of the 1 there be like a realization for you?
From my husband, you know, who's concerned about my health and my eating disorder.
Is he though?
I will also.
He let you buy 13 different types of cheese. I don't think he's that concerned, really. Like, if I'm being really honest, remember also we were meant to be coming home to your brand new home gym that he spent a full month attempting to build. I guess, and it's not actually existing, so I don't feel like he's overly concerned.
Say that this is new for him. He's a you know
2 years.
A person who doesn't have issues with food at all.
It's been 2 years. It's been in 2 years. Most people would be like considered like a professional of any job that they've taken on, that they know what they're doing, they're competent. I don't know of any probation periods that would last longer than 2 years. Like, it's been 2 fucking years, and you've only gotten fatter.
They eat to live, and they don't think about food after, you know, they've eaten. They're good. They don't think about their next meal after that. I think
but it's what a weird way. She doesn't like seem to understand what like quote unquote normal people feel like, because a lot of people do like think about food or go like, oh, what should I have for dinner tonight? Oh, I really want that. Maybe should I have that? A lot of people like do have like internal battles about food in their head. Very few people, I think, are like, I eat just to sustain myself. Well, he is a robot, so I guess that does actually make sense. But he also does want to eat shit. So I don't really know what his like mentalities to do with eating come from. But like most people crave foods, especially unhealthy foods. They just have like some form of willpower. That's always been her issue.
And you know, I've been surrounded by normies my whole life. So you know, and when it comes to food, that's what I mean by normie. And so this is like,
that's what I mean by normie. Oh, thanks for explaining. I was really confused there. I was like, what the fuck's a normie? Is that like a normal, but that can't be that. That's too hip and trendy of a term. I just don't understand it. I feel like such a boomer.
A whole new thing for him. You know, I did mention when we met, because I feel it's important to be transparent with somebody, especially if you're planning on marrying them.
Are you? Are you plan to do that anytime soon there, kid? I'm pretty sure he saw you and realized, and apparently, like, he watched your entire channel. I think he realizes you're in an unhealthy relationship with, like, not even just food, but you have, like, just an addictive personality to everything, including men.
And spending your life with them as a life partner, you know, husband and wife, you're a unit, you're a family unit, you're a couple, you go through.
Just go to thesaurus.com, find out a few different ways to say partner or husband or something like that. Just throw them all at me. Just go through the entire thesaurus and be done with it, so I don't have to hear any more acronyms in the future.
Life together, the ups and downs, and
I realized I said acronyms as well. Shut up.
I felt it was important for him to really know what my downs were. So
he can see you.
I did, you know, talk a bit about how I have issues with food.
Just a bit.
And, you know, I don't think at the
bro, you're huge. I don't think this needed to be like a dissertation or anything like that. I think like a snapshot would be enough. I think 2 seconds of a video was like, he was like, well, she's a bit of a porker. She might like to eat.
Time he really understood the full extent of it until he lived with me, and he would,
Which was
you know,
2 years ago.
Signs of, you know, like when he would,
like, you know, when he looked at my waistband at any point, you know, when he was like washing my clothes or something like that, and he was like, what the fuck? I didn't know clothes went this big.
be sleeping, and then the next day there would just be like, you know, some evidence of binges happening, and I just, you know, we're going through it, and he's actually really supportive in a lot of ways.
Really not.
In every way.
In a lot of, I mean, in every way, fuck, I nearly made it sound like my relationship wasn't 100% perfect every nanosecond. Damn it, I messed up, because, you know, that's the relationship I'm trying to pretend to have. You know, like, all normies, sorry guys, normie means normal people. And I know, guys, try and keep up, okay? Because, you know, all normies, they have perfect relationships where there's never a single issue. That's what I'm trying to have, because I definitely am in a real relationship and know what a real relationship is.
He could be. He's very encouraging, you know, just today, throughout the day, just saying you're doing such a good job, because he knows he's very intelligent, and he knows he...
That's the biggest lie so far. Dude woofed. Dude legitimately woofed for someone. He's not that smart. He did it for an online personality who he knows has a huge troll community, and he still decided to meet someone included in Gorlworld and woof for her. Very intelligent, though. He's really... Did I mention yet that he speaks a couple of languages and also apparently went to university? Because, you know, that's definitely the measurement of intelligence, really, in modern society.
Learns fast, so I already feel like he knows.
It's been 2 years!
Kind of what it...
Most people would be fluent in a language at that point. You know, like Arabic, you know, like Arabic, if you know, wanted to, like, maybe distract yourself from eating by learning Arabic, but I don't know why you'd do that. It's not like you're living in Kuwait or anything like that. I think the national language of Kuwait is American. I think that's what it is.
It would be like for me, and how hard it must be for me. So I'm glad that he can empathize with me and understand, and be patient. Like I really emphasize to him, like you really need to be patient if this is going to work, because
it's been 2 years of you feeling everything and getting fatter. How patient can you be?
This is going to be like, there's a lot of ups and downs, and it's
When's
a
it
very
been enough?
journey, and it's not something that everybody wants to or can take on as a partner, being a
well, except, you know, Paycheck. He really likes taking that bit on for some reason, but, you know, the eating stuff, yeah, he seems like okay with that as long as I, like, don't die and apparently eat on camera to make money. Like, I'm just gonna be really, like, not even for, like, the tee funny, like, jokey style, like, I'm sorry, if my girlfriend suddenly, I don't know, put on, like, 400 pounds and was like Chantal, like, I would have a lot of concerns. And it wouldn't just be like, okay, well, are you going to start mukbanging as well? You're going to eat professionally now? I see no issues with this whatsoever. There'd be an intervention, I don't know, 300 pounds before that, maybe.
Supportive partner. So, I let him control certain things now, in my life. But there's a difference between...
I let him control certain things in my life. What? Where would a laugh come into that, like, at all? Like, I'm sure if you asked most partners, it's like, does your partner control you in any way? They'd be like, woof, no. Well, no, because that's awful and, like, the worst sounding thing ever. But she's like, well, yeah, he does. Because she thinks that's cute. Because she thinks that's, like, an attractive quality. Wasn't it her who specifically said she likes Arab men because they're dominant and possessive and controlling? She specifically said that. She thinks that's sexy. He also thinks it's sexy to, like, rape people and teabag Bibles and shit on people. So, you know what? When kinks collide,
like a narcissistic control, of asserting power over someone versus having your back. And what I'm talking about when
having your back isn't controlling, though. That's not even close to the same emotion. I would never say, like, I have your back, aka I control you.
I mean, control is I'm letting him control things that I have no control over. So yes, I let him control me with eating now.
Well, Well, she's too fat. She couldn't point at her thumb for some reason. She had to get the finger out there as well. But we're like 7 minutes into this, and she hasn't really said anything apart from he controls what she eats, which we literally can see is just factually not true, like whatsoever. She bought 13 things of cheese.
Ordering out, so I'm letting him help me with that. And what I mean by that specifically is I've decided to show him everything I eat, everything I put in my mouth.
Okay. I'm not even going to go for that joke. I'm not going to go for that joke. I'm just too above it. Okay, so 100%. So you're going to show him everything you eat, even though you claim that, like, he would wake up and you've eaten things, you know, because, like, you know, the evil B word, guys, which he's saying a lot during this, which is, I'm kind of surprised. He usually avoids saying it because, like, YouTube is kind of cracking down and stuff, so they may flag, you know, even for her saying it in the video. So it is kind of weird that she's very happy to talk about it now, but I think it's to try and diffuse people, like, obviously criticizing her and his relationship because it is creepy and weird and everything like that. But, like, what do you do late at night, apparently, when he's sleeping totally in the same bed as you? What happened? Do you wake him up and say, just so you know, I'm going to go here and eat 17 cookies or something like that? Are you going to do that? I thought you said you did everything like that in private. So how are you just suddenly able to overrule this in your head and be like, actually, no, actually, I gotta wake him up first and ask him if it's okay if I do this thing that I'm ashamed of and do by myself privately every single time, apparently.
You know, I show him what I eat throughout the day.
But he's not there.
Anytime we eat out, it'll be together usually anyways. But
when do you eat out, though? You never leave the house. That's the problem. Apparently, he's out 24/7 working because working in a perfume factory. I don't know if it's a perfume factory, but I'm going to go perfume factory because it's kind of a funny word combination. Like, he's apparently out all the time. Like, how often has she live streamed? He's like, oh yeah, he's busy. Oh yeah, he's working. Oh yeah, he's out with friends. So he seems to be out like all the time. So when you're at home lonely, as you claim is what happened in Thailand, how are you suddenly able to just be like, actually, you know what? No, it's not. That doesn't affect me anymore.
There's no more of
it's
me
so
just
silly.
Like, turning to him and saying, hey, I'm going to order a 12-inch sub with some cookies and some chips, or.
Well, you have to turn and ask him to do it. Apparently, you've always had to do that. Because I remember the whole donut fiasco where you had to wait for him to, like, wake up or come home from Ivanka or something like that to ask him to get you a donut because you didn't know how to order it because you don't know how to tell people in Arabic where your house is.
Or I'm going to order Burger King because I want a chicken royal meal, you know? There's no more of that. And so far, so good. Honestly, I'm not even, so like, craving junk food right now.
So lucky. It's so coincidental that you get home and just suddenly cure yourself instantly. It's not like we've seen this like a dozen times. I'm very, very lowballing it when I say a dozen times. Come on, can we just not do this? It's kind of cringe. It's kind of weird, especially when you're trying to do this in a way. Like, I thought she was gonna do this like kind of like a low boil rage. Maybe she does get that because we're only like halfway through this video. I thought it was gonna be like a low boil rage kind of video where she kind of acts like people are stupid for daring to think that. But now she's saying it, but she's trying to make it sound like it's a good thing when people already suspected that he was in charge of ordering her food and he just did it anyway because he just doesn't care, because he just doesn't seem to care.
Not fast food, because I got really bad food poisoning in Thailand. At least I think that's what it was, after eating some pretty disgusting junk. It was like really nasty. Like, I don't know.
I love that she just nowadays tries to pretend, and I say nowadays, even though, like I said, it was a week ago. Like, nowadays she tries to pretend that 7-Eleven food was disgusting. Like, I heard her talk about the halal chicken weenies or whatever it was, and she's like, disgusting. Imagine me eating those. It's like, yeah, you did it every day. Stop trying to pretend suddenly you're just above fast food. It's weird.
I was eating like a whole bunch of cheese popcorn. I was eating like this place called Potato Corner, like fried chicken skins and just like really fatty, really like food that's not like food products. I don't consider that like nutritious food. So
I'm glad you don't consider cheese popcorn and chicken skin nutritious food. Thank you. You finally learned? Question mark. She's been on diets for like 30 years straight. How the fuck did she only just learn deep fried chicken skin? Maybe I should avoid that one.
So I was really sick after, eating or overdoing it on
the chicken skin was like the last thing she had during the entire trip. But suddenly, oh no, she got sick after that, even though she was sick apparently, in her words, the entire trip, but that was like the last meal she had.
Food like that. It was just really toxic to my body.
It was also after she had already shit herself 3 times.
A really negative effect on my health, on my, I became really ill, and though I'm feeling...
That was like, wasn't that like 1 or 2 days before she left? She was there for 30-something days. It was like 2 days before she left.
A lot better now. I still have that, like, when I think of certain foods, this particularly fried, fatty, non-nutritious food.
You got 13 things of cheese. You got 13 things of cheese, and the first thing you did whilst unpacking your groceries was eat like pickled garlic, which most people would consider kind of gross in itself, and then you ate like a cheese salad on pita bread, and then you ate stuffed grape leaves. None of that sounds particularly great for you.
I feel ill, and I'm very thankful for that right now, because I don't know if I had that feeling, if I would be so strong, if I would have that willpower, the same willpower. I don't know if that will ever come back. I'm sure at some point I will get cravings for certain...
Why is she suddenly acting like she's just suddenly over craving fast? It's just... Amber does exactly the same thing. Every time Amber starts a diet, she's suddenly like, guys, I literally don't even think about food, and then puts on 20 pounds because... that's just what happens when you don't seek any form of professional help and just decide that you're over your addiction.
Certain things.
There's still things that,
I think I would overindulge on if I had in the house.
Like
so
cheese?
We did a healthier grocery.
Didn't you put yourself in the ER over cheese and you got 13 things of cheese?
Order, this time, and yeah. So I just basically, when I mean like controlling, I mean more like being really accountable to him. Yeah, I'm basically just holding myself more accountable than before.
She's so bored with this, she's like futtering around with things in the background. That's how little she even cares about this. She's like, I need to pick that up later on. Like over food and stuff like that, and tomorrow I'll be a skinny queen, and yeah, I said he controlled me. Well, he doesn't actually control me or anything like that. I know I'm using the word he does control me over and over and over again, but he does, I don't know, something like that. Something like that. How many minerals out of 10? Fantastic.
Before I had the mentality that I don't, really need to be accountable to anyone but myself. But I think I need to surrender that idea for now. That
you forgot about that religion part.
That I can control. That I'm in control, because I'm not. And I know that I do need to be, but
apparently you suddenly are. You said you haven't craved fast food whatsoever. You don't know if that's ever going to come back. You've been absolutely fine with your eating so far. Apparently you are just in control suddenly. You're like literally contradicting yourself here.
I do need some help with that at first. And being as my husband is like, he's my husband. He's my, he's my
husband?
Supporter.
Oh, I thought you were going to say husband one more time. Just to really try and hammer it in, to try and make me believe it. But I'm still not there.
He protects me. He cares about me. He really cares about my health.
Evidently. I look at you and go like, you've got a husband who really, 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 really cares about your health there. Just like Amber. Amber seems to have an absolute winner on her side. Definitely hasn't fed anyone to death or anything like that. See, you know what? Our girls are growing up.
And so... yeah, I mean, being 40 and having diabetes, type 2 diabetes, being with someone so unhealthy who can't do anything. And I don't want to be that way anymore either. I want to live. Is she
gonna, I was waiting for her to mention like the age difference, because like the whole video is her trying to humble brag the relationship still, despite Salah being Salah. Like, I'm literally sitting here and I can see the Kybella roses this entire time. Like, this is the biggest problem. Why keep these around? I just don't get it. It's one of those things that is just like so bizarre that she keeps sitting there in the background at all time. That is a monument to his sin.
And I want to do a lot in life, so
what do you want to do in life? Like, genuinely.
Also keep very busy. I find that I've just been really trying to organize my home more, keep it very clean, which as somebody who's very sedentary.
You claimed that you already did all of this. You claimed that you were literally the perfect housewife. So why are we suddenly getting a storyline where it's like, oh, well, I'm trying to actually finally clean my house? Bro, it is an apartment. It's a relatively small apartment. It is so weird. Every time she comes on live stream, she's like, oh, guys, I've just been so busy today. And it's like, doing what? Like, you don't leave the house. We know that for sure. And you've got a tiny apartment to clean. And it really is apparently just you. And I'm even basing it off your logic that Sal's out working 19, 20, 31 hours of the day. What is there to clean? Like Casio keyboard hasn't moved a lot, so I'm assuming you aren't cleaning under it or cleaning it.
Very rigorous housework is a lot of exercise for me.
Rigorous housework!
It takes me.
Guys, I had to fucking mop. I'm gonna write in my diary and publish it, the struggles of a Muslim housewife. I had to mop today.
A longer time than it would a fit person to complete their whole house of housework. So
stop calling it a house. Stop making it sound like it's like, yeah, guys, I live out in the suburbs and I've got 17 rooms. I've got 4 bathrooms. I've got the master bedroom, the master guest bedroom, 3 guest bedrooms, the living room and the family room and the dining room. You live in a relatively small apartment. And I'm, whatever. It's like an apartment. A lot of people have apartments. I'm not shitting on people who have apartments. But bro, you're seriously, you're making it sound like you have to go out and clean the boathouse as well.
I kind of just like do it in parts. And, it's exercise for me for sure. Lugging things around, mopping, bending.
Bending. Guys, it's exercise for me. Bending. Bending. This is the girl who tries to pretend she gets dicked on the reg, but bending is apparently its own category of exercise.
Cleaning the fridge and stuff like that.
How often do you need to do that? How often do you need to clean the fridge?
It's good exercise for now.
It's not.
So, I've just been trying to.
What about your Jane Fonda walking videos? When do you get back to those?
Keep my mind busy with planning for future things, like thinking of things.
I try to keep my mind busy with thinking. No wonder she thinks I'm smart. I try to keep my mind busy with thinking. All right, Forrest, calm down.
I'd like to do hobbies. I'd like to maybe take up, but I'm really just focused on.
That's the saddest shit I've ever heard. And it really shows how low a level her existence is. Like, genuinely how low a level that she thinks mopping is an accomplishment. And for some people, mopping is an accomplishment. And thumbs up if that's you. You know what? Fantastic if that's you. However, I bet you, person who does struggle to mop, and that is entirely okay, I bet you have a hobby. I bet you have something you like doing, and you don't have to occupy your brain by thinking about possible hobbies you might want in the future. How about you just get a hobby? How about you try something? Apparently you like video games. Why don't you use Salah's computer and play video games? So that thing actually still exists in that house.
Trying to get healthy and just taking it day by day, and that's what I'm doing. And with Salah, my husband's help as well. So
with his help, Salah's help, my husband's help. It's so embarrassing. I'm sorry, genuinely. Imagine talking to someone who acts like this in real life. You're talking to someone at work. You're like, "Hey, Rick, how you doing? Oh, I was just hanging out with her. I mean, Janet. I mean, my girlfriend. I mean, my future wife. She'll be my fiance soon, and then she will be my wife." It's like, okay, cool, cool, Rick. Bye. Just walk away, because that person's weird. I don't need You're acting like husband is unironically Salah's pronouns.
Is my husband? Salah's not an almond husband.
Sorry, I meant Salah, my husband. Salah, my husband. And you guys might have forgotten who Salah was when he's the only person in existence in the Foodie Beauty verse apart from me.
Which, for those of you who don't know, an almond husband is basically a partner who is very conscious around food, very healthy.
God, she genuinely was looking up shit to try and rationalize her shit relationship with Salah in her head.
Conscious around food and stuff like that. I think anyways. I heard that term recently and I was like, yeah. He's not.
And I was like, yeah, I didn't look into it any further, and I just thought, why not just drop into this video? It's a little bit of spice.
What? But he prefers, he does have a sweet tooth, so he likes to eat sweets, but he doesn't overindulge. He'll have a chocolate and then that'll be it, Wow. He won't have 3, 4, 5 chocolate bars, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. He'll just have one, and he'll.
Wow. You literally described this earlier on. Why are we back to this again?
Eat his meals and that'll be it. And sometimes he only eats once a day. If I make him a really big healthy breakfast in the morning, that's all he'll really eat, and then he'll have maybe a chocolate.
See, this is what I said about trying to humble brag and trying to make this whole video is trying to pretend that they have a good relationship, and which is sad to say that the whole video is literally just designed around trying to act like I'm a good housewife. I do all the cleaning, I do all the cooking. When I cook him a really big breakfast, guys, I don't even think he's there in the morning, bro. Come on, he paid a bank for 12 hours. He's getting 12 hours.
The bar at night, but he prefers like real home cooked food over ordering out any day, and he prefers to eat healthy. So
I've seen him eat. He doesn't seem to like he seems to eat like a normal bloke. Like he does. He just seems to eat like a normal bloke, trying to act like he wants everything home cooked when he doesn't seem to come near you anytime you actually cook anything at home. He doesn't seem to go fucking near it. He doesn't mention. He just seems to like Arabic food. That seems to be it. Even when he went to Thailand, he apparently threw up eating pad thai, and he just wanted to go and get shawarma instead. That doesn't make me scream, home cooking.
That's good, because if I was with a partner who was just like me, we would be, or somebody who encouraged me to eat unhealthy, or somebody who was like, I don't mind that you eat that. You're perfect the way you are, babe. I love you the way you are. And that's not okay, because
I thought you literally pretended that Salah liked you like this. He liked big girl. You literally claimed this, and suddenly now Salah's the one telling her to fucking lose weight.
That's very dangerous. And at that point, that's where enabler status comes in. But it's not his responsibility.
So why did he get with you to start with? Like, you've never been able to sell me on anything but this, because apparently you met him on Tinder, which, to put it bluntly, Tinder is one of those apps that it's a meat market. It is primarily based off appearance, and apparently for Salah, nationality, because weirdly he was set to Canada, even though he lives in Kuwait. Very suspicious, and definitely seems like a real relationship, but it's a meat market. If he doesn't want you this size and wants you to lose weight, why did he initially get with you when you were this weight? It doesn't mean, because if someone gets with her, it generally means that they are happy with her at her size. You'd never really get with like someone, go like, you know what? I'm going to get with this person and make them change their entire life, make them lose a whole bunch of weight because, I don't know, I guess that's my thing.
For me, I'm responsible for what I put in my mouth at the end of the day. So it's, but I will give him the go-ahead to hold me accountable, basically. Hi, baby girl.
I love she doesn't even she doesn't even acknowledge. She doesn't do a jump cut or anything like that to make this video less stupid. She just tries to lean around the tail and keep talking to the camera.
So I give him that control in that way. I give him go in the in the driver's seat in that sense. So because he did say, Salah said something to me before that was just really like made me rethink everything about
Is it gonna be something like kind of cringy and Disney-esque? It's like, I want to grow old with you. I can't wait for us to sit there together when you're 80 and I'm 70, because just so you know, I'm apparently only 30. There's an age difference, because, like to drop that in every once in a while. Like, is it going to be something kind of like that?
Accepting, your partner accepting you for how you are. And he said, I'm your husband.
He doesn't.
I'm your family now. Like,
and Salah, my husband, said, hello, I'm Salah, your husband. I love it.
If I love you, truly love you, I'm worried about your health. Like if I didn't love you, I wouldn't care.
If I truly loved you, I'd be worried about your health. What?
No, so, he does have that mentality that you're beautiful, but I don't want you to die. Like I want you to be here for a long time. I want you to travel with me. I want you to.
But you seem to hate traveling. I love that anytime she talks about her future plans or anything like that, it's always travel related. Obviously to cover up the visa runs. But you hate traveling. You genuinely dislike traveling. We've seen you travel. You hate it. You're miserable. You'd rather sit in the hotel. You literally said that's the type of holiday that you like and want to have. So why do you suddenly I can't wait to travel the world with Salah. That's so important to me, or something, I guess.
Just do a lot of things with me. Do a lot of things together, and
think of getting a hobby in the future.
And so have a better quality of life.
It's been 2 years.
It hurts him to see me in pain with the sciatica and everything else. And
he literally was making fun of you. He said wobble wobble when you're walking around in Thailand. He was making fun of your weight. He commented that Kaibella, at least he could lift her. He's so concerned about me, guys.
And just also not being able to breathe from walking or just this and that. So I'm going to choose my heart, and I'm really going to try to keep it that focusing on this journey, basically. So that's what I plan on doing. Staying on track. Hopefully it works out. We'll see. But
spoiler, it's It's not going to. Like, it's just not. Remember, like, she was like, was it 2 days ago? Was it during one of her most recent live stream? She lost it at people saying, so are you going to go to the diabetic clinic? You know, the one she was meant to go to the diabetic classes. And she got really annoyed and, like, told people that they're going to be banned if they bring it up again, something like that. Clearly, this whole health movement really working out when you refuse to even go and learn about diabetes.
So, yes. So he's a lot more involved than before. You know, before I didn't really want to hear it, and I would actually be defensive with him about it, and kind of just like anyone else. Like,
well, not just like anyone else. Most people aren't 450 pounds and literally dying. But he always had to order your food, so he was always involved in the food ordering process.
Kind of like, I got this. I just want to handle it on my own. I just want to, you know, I don't want you to criticize me for what I'm eating. I don't want to hear it. Like, I just want to eat in peace. Like, just leave me alone. Just let me indulge on my Burger King and don't have any opinion on it, you know? So, but no, I'm gonna totally let him criticize me for that.
Totally.
I'm totally gonna let him criticize me, and I'm totally gonna let him tell me no, and I'm totally gonna let him control.
Let's see how well that works out for you. You're not a different person. Just because you're saying you are doesn't mean if you suddenly decide I want Burger King and he says no, you're gonna, okay. Yeah. In what world do you think that exists? You aren't just suddenly going to be over it because he says no to you.
This part of my life that I have no control over. So yeah, I just wanted to explain a bit about that, because a lot of people ask me and wonder, like, what's your husband's role in your eating, you know...
it's non-existent, just like his role in your actual fucking life.
Eating disorder recovery, in your food addiction recovery, in your weight
recovery?
Loss. What is your husband's opinion on this? Yeah, so that's...
It's lol, wobble, wobble. That's his opinion on this. It's lol, wobble, wobble. Stop trying to make it seem like a perfect relationship. It's really embarrassing. Like, I know nothing eats at Foodie more. Like, she doesn't care about the diabetes. She doesn't care about the dwindling view count as much as she cares that Salah got exposed as not giving a shit about her, that everyone knows it's a fake relationship, because that is all she wants in life. God, if you could tell her, I don't know, you could either be 110 pounds tomorrow, or your couples videos will get 100,000 views per video. 100,000 views, no sweat.
Basically what it is. He's never nasty. He's just supportive, and he's never like nasty about it, or, you know,
wow, what an amazing, perfect relationship.
We joke together, which is totally fine. I'm not really uptight. I'm not an uptight person about that.
You are very uptight about it, because if I joke about it, you're going to be incredibly upset about it. So apparently your husband insulting you, making fun of your weight, talking about how he's going to have to put a lock on the fridge, everything like that. That's totally fine. That's totally normal in a relationship where he's worried about me at the same time and also really concerned for me and just wants me to live longer, but at the same time he's saying, lol, she fat to my feeders. Sorry, beezers, sorry. I get those confused occasionally.
That, like, I'm just, you know, I have a sense of humor about my life, my situation a lot of the time. So you guys know, like, I like to laugh at myself sometimes.
When?
Depends on my mood, I guess, but yeah, so that's about it. That's all I wanted to say, just so you guys know the dynamic we have when it comes to that this particular topic.
I have said literally nothing in 18 minutes. That is probably a skill, I guess, is to, like, waffle uncontrollably. And waffles, that's not something you should be going near.
And yeah, so inshallah, this will...
She's nearly out of breath talking.
This will be the time that I can finally make these lifestyle changes. And I feel different. It's
not gonna happen.
About food. I just feel right now like I really just no longer want to harm my body, but I just do need that support so bad from him, and I feel lucky that he, like, understands, you know, like he
literally said wobble wobble, joked about him, but apparently he doesn't understand whatsoever. He also lets you get 13 things of cheese. I'm never going to get past the 13 things of cheese.
He's, like, younger than me, and he's not familiar with...
Fucking knew it. I was waiting on the edge of my seat the entire time because I knew she was going to have to try and pretend to humble brag that Salah is definitely only 30 years old, guys.
This kind of situation, and, you know, he could have been like, nope, I'm out of here, you know? So,
no, why did he get with you, like, whatsoever? That's the thing that's confusing. Because one time you're arguing that he got with you because he specifically liked big ladies, but now you're also saying, even though you said you're skinnier than when he got with you, that is literally your claim. He's not happy with your weight and wants you to lose weight, so much so that he's apparently now controlling what you eat. So I'm sorry, connect that timeline for me, please.
I'm happy that he's like on board. He's very, very, very supportive of me, and he's very, very doting and involved in my healthcare.
He literally makes fun of you, and he lets you buy 13 things of cheese.
So, yes. Anyway, other than that, I'll have some health updates in the future, you know.
Probably bad ones, because it's fucking you, I guess. Wow. Just, what a video. That's really all I gotta say. The whole video was literally to try and, like, humble brag. Like, look at her expression here. She has nothing but contempt for the audience. She's nearly, like, glaring at the audience. She is so angry under the surface that she has to do this video again to try and desperately convince people that when he said wobble wobble and he made fun of her and everything it got in when she was in Thailand, that's all fine, it's friendly banter, because actually he really cares about me and he's really, really working with me so I lose weight, even though since I got with him I'm nothing but fatter, and the one thing he was meant to do for me was prepare a home gym, even though, like I said, bending over is apparently exercise, so why the fuck would you need a home gym? Why do you need a home gym if bending over to put your socks on is apparently an actual workout for you? A home gym at that point is pretty much fucking useless. But that's the one thing he was meant to do to support you. Hey, he didn't do it.
Some weigh-ins and stuff like that.
I can't wait for more fake weigh-ins. Yay.
Thank you for listening.
Genuine trash. Like, wow. Just wow. That's all I really have to say. Like, you tried so hard and got so far. And in the end, doesn't really matter. I don't know why I end up going to Lincoln Park there. Yeah, genuinely terrible video. The clickbaiting, the fucking, he controls me. That is just unbearable cringe, especially when it turns out the entire video is just to try and pretend that her and Salah's relationship is once again stronger than ever. It's incredible. He's so supportive of me, even though he makes fun of me, and I'm just getting fatter and fatter and dying, and he is totally supporting it by letting me buy all this bad food. But amazing. Fantastic. All right, guys, that's going to be it. Have a good one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.